Welcome to the Adam Friedland Show.
That was great.
Yeah, I came up with that kind of on my own, actually.
Yeah.
No help.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay. Welcome back. Adam in studio today. We have guest Mike Racine.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah.
Thanks
Who
for
Came
having me.
in.
Friend
We
of the show.
brought him in. We had a bunch of big stuff planned for this weekend. We thought we would. Adam went out of town on vacation all weekend.
It wasn't vacation. It was a family. Okay.
He goes on a lot of vacations.
I don't go. Actually, I don't. I'm not going on vacation.
Well, we had a big week yesterday.
We had a big week.
episode that everyone was real excited about.
Yeah.
But we were going to do a night shoot, and I just went nuts all weekend working, trying to get the studio ready.
Yeah, and now
it's coming along.
Yeah, I mean it's it's a work in progress.
I don't know if it's very safe, personally, but
so we had a whole thing planned, but it didn't really come together because Adam added an extra day to his.
I didn't actually. I cut it a day. Actually, I came back almost 24 hours early.
Well, anyways, Mike Racine's here.
Hey, everybody.
And you know, I don't really like doing Adam. This is Adam's sort of creative decision. I'm not really like a let's see a work in progress sort of thing.
Right.
Yeah,
I gotta
you want
just
something finished.
I have a vision, and then I wait and I just stay at it until it's there. I'm a more of like a subtractive kind of creative style,
Of course.
rather than an additive thing. So it's like I don't want to have to explain my process. To
No.
anybody.
Of course not.
Yeah,
No, they
Nor
don't
should you.
deserve that. They don't deserve.
but we already promised these guys that we would do video content. I think I might even be out of frame here. We don't have like a camera op.
It's not.
Yeah.
But anyways, let's just get right into it. Mike, I wouldn't touch anything.
Don't touch it. Yeah.
Yeah, because I know where everything is. And
Right. I'm sorry.
He's got a system or something.
Yeah, so we'll jump right into it. This is going to be, I think we now that Adam knows how to do the monologue, we'll just let him do it himself.
Okay.
And so no monologue necessary this week unless you want to do it, Adam. If you prepared anything while you were on vacation or no, okay. So what did you do? What did you get into?
I saw the new Chris Angel show.
The new Chris Angel show. So just I guess if you want to let people know, you went to Las Vegas.
I went to Las Vegas, but not for leisure. It
Yeah,
was for
Mike,
my
have you
birthday.
ever been to Las Vegas?
I went when I was 12.
Yeah.
I haven't been since.
What do you really do as a 12-year-old in Las Vegas?
You just kind of.
Do they show you
walk
like
around.
drawings of breasts, like cartoon titties?
Actually, they have
Yeah.
like play places for deadbeat parents.
Oh, they
actually.
do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You drop your kid off at like the Adventure Zone area.
Yeah.
And
What's
then
the adventure?
We went to
zone?
Red Rock.
There's like a play place.
or wherever. What's
Oh, yeah.
what's the rock? That
Red
people-
Rock. It's right by my house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's where.
What's
my
Red
dad's
Rock?
house.
Maybe you can explain it to me.
It's a
It's
beautiful
like
state park.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a state park.
Yeah.
So that's what you did when you were 12.
Yeah.
They should have something like strip clubs for. Maybe this is what you were describing, but there should be a. If you're a
Right.
dad and you go, you're like, I got my son. I took him to
Yeah.
Vegas. A little bit, some for you, some for me.
Yeah.
You know? There should be a strip club, and there should be another room in there where they get to see, I don't know, like Tony the Tiger bench pressing or something.
Yeah.
Like what would be an appropriate thing? Like,
They could have like Elmo, I guess.
yeah, but
And
what
everybody's-
Elmo has to be doing something a little
Something
bit
a
more
little sexy.
enticing. Not
Yeah,
necessarily sexy, but something that intrigues a child.
Okay.
The way a woman's pussy and asshole do for an adult. You know what I mean? Like,
No, I know
right.
what you mean.
it's
Yeah.
like
Right.
Elmo, who's
Right.
got like new like secret pictures of the PlayStation 6.
Yeah.
He's pulling down. He's opening his fur on his crotch, and he's like, "Why don't you take a look at this? Why don't you look at this?" And he's instead of a pussy hole, he's got it's the new Nintendo Switch. That's what and then the 5-year-old's like, "Oh my god,
Yeah.
the new one where you can play games with all your you can play games with all your friends on it." And that's what he's looking. He's just like, "Oh yeah," and like whatever the
Elmo,
kids
you're
were
the coolest.
almost pussy is the new Switch.
Dad, Dad took me to Jugs. And It was
Yeah.
the greatest thing.
Yeah, and then that kid goes back to school and he's like, "My dad took me to a strip club and I saw Elmo's pussy and it was the new Nintendo Switch." And
they're
people are
like,
like,
"You're a
"Shut up,
liar."
you fucking liar, faggot!
You're a fag.
You don't even have a dad, you fucking faggot liar."
Yeah.
And then that would be a great vacation.
That'd be
for,
cool.
Yeah.
for your 6-year-old.
Son, don't listen to him.
Yeah.
You do have a dad.
You do have a
and
dad.
You're not a faggot.
It's me. You're not a faggot, and you saw Elmo's pussy, and I know you did, and it was the new Nintendo Switch.
No, I went to. So Chris Angel has obviously his flagship show is Mind Freak, and he claims that he makes $70 million.
Why the hell is
a
it
year.
called the flagship? Like that, I'm assuming that dates to. I understand that it's the
a boat
ensign ship,
thing?
right?
Yeah.
It's a boat thing, but like, why is that the best
Right.
one? Because in
It's
my
like the
mind,
original
if
one?
I was the
That's the
British,
first
if I
one
was
to
in the
get
British
shot,
Navy, and you were on the they're like, our boat just does flags. I'd be like, that's the gayest ship.
That's gay.
That'd be the shittiest ship.
You
there
should
is.
have a
the
cannon.
gun ship. The expression should be the gun ship.
Yeah, the gun ship.
The pirate ship.
It is kind of
Vanguard.
intuitive though, because you hear flagship and you go, "Oh, it's like the main one."
Yeah.
Yes,
It
sure.
sounds
Right.
cool. It sounds
Yeah.
cool for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah,
Anyway,
it
but
doesn't
yeah,
makes sense once you think about
his
it.
flagship is obviously Mind Freak, which is he had a television show also named Mind Freak. So my sister's boyfriend got us tickets to his new show, which is a collaboration.
It'd be
with,
funny if you had a son with Down syndrome.
Yeah.
And he got into magic, and then somebody was like, "Hey, check, it's Mind Freak.
He's a real mind freak.
Hey, this boy's a real mind freak."
Yeah.
Mind jumbled.
Yeah. Now I would be the guy coming around saying that, and people would be like, "Just fucking stop.
Just please.
We know what you're doing. Just stop. We know what the joke is that you're doing.
Yeah,
Just stop it."
You don't think we've made this joke in our head, but our family's going through a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so
There's a guy that I
Yeah.
follow on TikTok.
He's like-
he's a chef.
He's
with-
like, is this your chromosome? He's got an extra one. What does a chromosome look like? What is a chromosome?
What is it?
I
Yeah.
don't even know what a chromosome is.
I don't know. I assumed you knew because of the.
No, yeah, that's the thing. It's fucked up that
You need a
like
computer.
retarded people have an extra of
Extra
the thing that
chromosome.
they can't even comprehend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I can't even comprehend.
That's what I mean. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
That they're like that guy's like that for some technical reason that I don't understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We
Yeah.
sat next to a guy who was like, "Is this a man with Down syndrome or a New York Yankees fan?" We sat next to him on the plane back.
Yeah.
And it turned out he when I fell asleep
It
on
was
the red
both.
eye, he told my girlfriend she could put her head on his shoulder, and
So it was a Yankees fan.
she did not
You got
sleep.
cucked by a guy with Down
No,
syndrome.
she did not. She did not sleep. She did not sleep the rest of the flight because she was like, "This guy's gonna molest me." So,
Yeah.
but I found out about that afterwards. I was like,
But he
yeah,
had Down
I was like,
syndrome.
I was like the mentally handicapped man sitting next to her.
Yeah.
She was like, "No, he was just that type of fat."
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was just he was wearing all Yankees stuff, and he was just like, "Hey, do you live in Vegas or in New York?" You
Yeah.
know, he was just
Down syndrome
Yeah,
guys like
terrible.
the Yankees.
yeah.
There's an episode of Malcolm in
They're
the
kind of
Middle.
like the Oakleys of sports.
And
team.
them and the Dominicans. That's kind of their demographic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a Down syndrome chef I follow on TikTok, and every once in a while he'll like respond to like mean comments.
Yeah,
but it's
Chef
like, it's-
Boy R word.
There you go. Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, just in case you guys think that because I'm now a construction worker, I don't remember how to do my fucking job.
Yeah. This guy's a jack of all trades.
Boom.
Take that.
Take that. Mentally handicapped.
Yeah. Anyways, what were you saying? There's a retarded chef.
Oh, I've
but I'm
seen
not
it.
gonna-
I've seen it.
Yeah.
I've
Well,
seen him.
he'll
He
like.
sucks at cooking.
It does he?
I saw him he brought his friend in, and he was trying to help his friend crack an egg.
Uh-huh.
And then he cracks it on the counter, and then he starts trying to mop it up with his hands, and then put it into
Yeah.
the bowl. It was
Yeah,
very
yeah.
cute.
What's wrong with
but
that?
It was a little bit of exploitive.
You've never
perhaps.
made fucking eggs before?
Yeah, well, you need to crack a couple of eggs,
Yeah.
if you want to make an omelet,
Did he make an omelet? It'd be funny if he did that. That's how he put the eggs in the pan, and then he made like perfect amu rice.
Yeah.
You know?
He made a perfect French omelet.
Yeah.
He did the twirl perfectly.
Yeah.
Anyway,
He,
I want to. Oh,
fixes,
continue.
No, he like fixes people's restaurants, like
Yeah,
Gordon
yeah.
Ramsay style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, this is war.
Yeah. What would be the kitchen nightmare version of that? Kitchen oopsie daisy. Kitchen
whoopsie, yeah.
Kitchen scary. Spooky.
Spooky kitchen.
Spooky kitchen.
Scowy kitchen.
Yeah. I wanted to mention something on the topic of I always had I love the mental image of a guy with Down syndrome wearing a chef's hat with the apron over his shoulder, just thrown over his shoulder, just like sweating on his brow, and we pull back, and he's like, "Whew, I'm done," he's like, finished, bing, like his the little bell, and what he's done is he put 2 pieces of an Oreo together. They made a double stuff. Yeah. Just him like looking over a recipe, and just making a double stuff Oreo.
Nice.
Anyway, so I saw
Double stuff Oreo, the Down syndrome of the Oreo world.
Yeah, when you think about it.
Yeah, it's got an extra chromosome.
A little extra cream.
Yeah.
Because how else do you get an extra chromosome unless too much cum made it into your wife's pussy?
Yeah, your dad shoots too heavy.
If you're a baby made with too much cum.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's my
Never even
understanding.
thought about
Yeah,
that.
that's probably what it
You
is.
you just blasted that
You
egg
got too many
hard.
swimmers. Yeah.
Yeah, you power washed her fucking wall.
You fucked that egg up.
Yeah.
You made
how
a
you-
fucking omelet. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. The way you get a daughter, if you got that fucking the little like the travel toothpaste kind of nut, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how you get a daughter.
Yeah. Perfect.
Real
angel.
slow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how you prevent retards. You have to swab the pussy.
Mhm.
Make sure you.
Yeah, I come on the tip of a Q-tip, and then I just sort of, one of the long COVID ones.
Mm-hmm.
I nut on that, and then I put it in women on the train.
Yeah.
And I say, but I dress up like Harry Potter. And
Yeah.
the tip is disguised as a wand.
Yeah.
And then I get theatrical makeup to look like I have Down syndrome. So a woman will be like, "Oh my God, what the fuck?" And I'm like, "Hello, how are you doing this?" And they're like, "Oh, it's a mentally retarded man." Go ahead, swab away.
But if you don't get enough cum in there, he's gay.
Yeah.
So you got to find the right.
I think that's another thing where it's too much cum and that's gay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Totally.
Yeah.
It's a delicate balance between.
Because that's often there's a bunch of studies that often with like fraternal and identical twins, if they're both boys, one of them will have Down syndrome and the other one will be gay.
Really?
Yeah.
Almost, it's something like 92% of the time. One of them comes out normal but gay.
Yeah.
And the other one comes out Down syndrome but not gay, straight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a fun bit. And if you're not retarded or gay, you don't have a fraternal twin who's retarded or gay.
Call
you're
now.
retarded or gay.
Yeah. Call now. Are you a twin? Are you parafraternal twins and you don't have Down syndrome or one of you isn't gay? A cash settlement might be available to you. Call now. Call the law firm. Call this law firm that doesn't understand how lawsuits work.
Did you ever see those
We're
commercials?
suing McDonald's.
Did you hear those commercials for Champion Bank where you guys grew up?
No.
Where the guy was like, when your bank says no, Champion says yes.
No.
And okay, well, we were, because I think it was like a,
You just
like
go
a
into the
Maryland.
bank, you go up to the teller, and you're like, "Can I have sex with you?" She's like, "No," and I'm like, "Well, I'm gonna go fuck the bitch at Champion Bank, then, you fucking whore."
Get in here, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, he was like kind of effeminate, I guess, in the commercial. You can YouTube the commercial. But one time we were at the dinner at Olive Garden, me and my family,
Yeah.
and my dad
Nice.
brought up that commercial, and my grandma was going, "Oh, he's a fag. He's a fag." She's just calling this guy a fag at Olive Garden.
That's awesome.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. When is like? What do they mean? Do they do like second chance financing or
It's
something?
probably like
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
like a pre-2008 financial crash bank.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
It's
Is that a
probably
new
sub-
Kangol hat?
Yeah, I got a new Kangol.
Now that like I'm your guy, I gas
Yeah,
you up.
yeah.
I feel like I'm allowed to buy the same hat.
That's copying.
But the copying doesn't exist in the new paradigm. I'm like, wow, Adam's wearing such a cool hat. I want to be like Adam.
Yeah.
I'm going to get the hat.
Do you think that my personality is different in this hat
From what?
from my old personality?
And whatever you're doing, it's better.
Yeah,
Thanks.
it's a good look.
It's
I
better.
appreciate it.
You're
yeah.
always progressing.
I feel like this is.
That's the thing I like about
it. Makes me
Adam is
feel good.
He's like Adam's sort of like a barbershop pole.
Yeah.
He's always moving up.
Right.
But from a distance, it's like an optical illusion. You don't understand how a man can continue to triumph.
For sure.
But
Yeah.
somehow he does.
Yeah.
There's
It's
not a
just- it's like
narrative
he
arc
just
of
keeps
up
going.
and
It's
then
like
down.
a cosmic accident. I
It's
just
sort
keep
of-
tripping, kind of like OJ in The Naked Gun. I keep fumbling my way up.
Up the way up, yeah.
Wait, I want to tell you guys about a Mystica, though. So, so it's a collaboration between Chris Angel and then one of the guys that started Cirque du Soleil on the Strip. This guy named Francisco Dragone, and it's like basically
Francis the Dragon.
Francis the Dragon. And I thought it would be like a Chris Angel magic show, but it turned out that Chris Angel's not even in the show, but he introduced it because he's like, this is going to be a TV taping for my new show, Magic with the Stars, right? And I was like, I want to be on TV. So my sister's boyfriend got us tickets, and we're in the third tier back row on the right side. We had like the worst seats in the house. And like 10 minutes before the show started, they're like, "Hey, Chris couldn't sell out, the bottom, like the mezzanine. So we're gonna need you to come forward."
Who was
and
that?
fill it up."
Like a
Like some
stagehand?
usher, yeah. So we got brought up, and we ended up being in the second row, and I'm like right next to the cameras. And so like he introduces the show. He's like, "Guys, like we're gonna use your audience reactions for my new show, Magic with the Stars." And he's like, it's going to be hosted by Eddie Griffin. It's going to be a fantastic show. I got 5 seasons on the CW. It's going to be amazing. And so like I'm right next to the camera. So every trick I like cut. I hope I'm on the show, but every trick I cut away, and I'm like. But it's like it's so bad. It's like gay dances and stuff, and it's just like
I hope you are. This is why we need to get an Adam
Yeah.
Friedland shirt printed up. So that
we really
you
do.
If you had
Yeah.
been wearing that shirt while at the taping,
I know.
They
And I was
couldn't
like
have done-
giving
they could-
standing
yeah.
ovations. The camera kept going to me and my girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so he's like, he goes on stage. He's like, we need your reactions to be big because this is for fucking TV. And he's like, anyway, I'm not in the show, but this is the story of my life. But I'm going to go back into the audience and sit with my friends, Flo Rida and Flavor Flav. And he was like sitting next to Flo Rida and Flavor Flav.
my guerrilla marketing campaign, I got an Adam Friedland shirt. I got a police scanner. I find out where shootings happen in uptown, the Bronx.
Yeah.
And then I just rush there.
Yeah.
And then I pretend I lie to the police.
You get on like local news.
Yeah, and say
Yeah.
I witnessed it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he came from over there, and we didn't know what he was doing, but he came over.
Your T-shirt
This
says
is Adam Friedland
Show.
Show. And they're like,
Pretty
why are
good.
you talking like that?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
You're an eyewitness
That's
to
good.
like 8 murders.
Yeah.
You have to
I've
go to
seen every
court.
one of them.
You have to go to court.
No, I'm up here. I've seen everyone. Where are you from, sir? I don't know. I haven't thought about it, you know. I could be from anywhere.
Yeah, you're from the Mexican part of Asia.
Mexican China.
Yeah. Anyway, so
you ever smoked this shit? They call it Mexican China. They call this shit Mexican China. This is the finest stinky, inky, dunky, wonky you ever done, boy. You ever smoked that Mexican China? That raw Mexican China?
so
Steven was making me laugh so fucking hard.
What was he saying?
I wish I could remember what the fuck he was saying.
he was like saying some
I don't know.
70s dad black guy thing.
Steven was just doing.
Our editor, Stephen Gerwitz, shout out to him. He
Yeah.
edits our show
I
now.
don't know. I showed up at the bar and he was like, "Oh, give me some, brother." He like said something like that, and it was just like it's annoying the first time he does it. And then Adam walks up and he's like, "Watch this," and he does it exactly the same.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's like- he's like, "Oh, give me some, brother."
Yeah,
And then it just played in my head
It's
for
so-
like another 2 days.
It's so funny. Like my guy reached Steven like 4 years late, and when the first time he heard it, he's like, "This is great. I gotta start doing this to everyone." He's like, "My guy." We're like, "Steven, this is like black kids have been doing this for 8 years now."
Yeah.
It's a mess. Anyway, so the show starts, right? And so what the show is about is it's a journey. It's about a boy named Christopher who grew up in Huntington, Long Island.
And Eddie Griffin hosts this show?
No. This is going to be for his new CW show, Magic with the Stars.
Okay. So it's like a scripted
We
show?
went to see his second Vegas strip show called A Mystica, which is basically a mixture between Mind Freak and Cirque du Soleil.
Uh-huh.
And it does not feature Chris Angel
Here
whatsoever.
we go, real quick. We're going to do a little soundbite for the libs. We're going to put this on social media. You know what we should do is to take the American flag and change it. So the states that have banned abortion, we replace their stars with swastikas because they're fucking fascists.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, Steven, if you want to clip that part and then we can put that on,
We
like,
can put that on the socials.
we can put that and watch the Adam Friedland Show for more center-left.
Yeah.
We're taking it to the streets.
Yeah, and we're going to be reporting live next episode from the jail cell that Donald Trump will be in by the end of
Donald
the week.
Trump, fuck
Yeah,
you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you, Donald
Fuck
Trump.
you, Donald Trump.
Fuck Donald Trump.
Give
Fuck
me the-
Mar-a-Lago.
Who, you think you're allowed to have fucking codes?
R.I.P. to
You piece
Ivanka,
of shit.
because R.I.P. to Ivanka, who until last week I was wishing rape upon daily.
No, she's a queen.
But now that she's dead, I'm not some piece of shit GOP fucking QAnon fuck ass fuck face shit ass. I respect when someone dies. I say R.I.P. to them. You know, Because at the end of the day, I still have human dignity.
Yeah.
That Donald Trump doesn't fucking have, that these QAnon fucking pieces of
That's right.
That these clown ass fuckers have. Clarence Thomas, you fucking...
All right. Okay, stop. Don't say it.
Yeah. You know what we want to say, folks.
Clarence Thomas, you bad guy. You fucking... You fucking...
Don't say it.
Didn't some guy tweet
It's not that kind of
Yeah,
shit.
no,
just tweet that
a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Just fucking like white women went off like tea kettles.
There
They hit
we
their boiler. That's all of them. Yeah. Even if you weren't online, they all typed it at the same time enough
Exactly.
that it became audible.
Yeah.
There was enough. They all did it with
Sorry, I'm
Siri.
off my meds.
Can you imagine that? A white lady's calling Clarence Thomas the N-word, and at the bottom of the tweet it says "sent with Siri." Makes it even worse. She's in her fucking her Toyota Sienna
Yeah.
saying that to CarPlay. She's got a 3-year-old in a car seat in the back.
Yeah.
She's like, "Hey Siri, compose tweet." I'm just gonna say it. Clarence Thomas. Her baby's like, Clarence Thomas is a bit boo. And she's like, no. No, baby. Bad baby.
She must have learned that word from watching BET or something.
Yeah, she learned it from the George Floyd protest. I brought my baby to the George Floyd protest, and she learned the
That's
N-word.
where she learned it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry. We walked through a George Floyd protest on the way to the Pride Festival, where a guy in a dog gimp costume was getting fucked in his ass by Big Bird, and I wanted to take her to meet the new Big Bird. I wanted to show her that Big Bird loves people. The Big Bird loves everybody: men, women, children, guys in leather gimp dog costumes. Big Bird is life is all about loving everyone until they say even the slightest thing incorrect, and then you try to get them fired from their minimum wage job because that's love. Was this supposed to be plugged in? What do you think this?
I don't know. What is it?
I don't know. I think it goes whatever that is.
No,
the
just
front
don't
phone
touch
or-
the wires.
All right.
man. It's just,
I have most of them sorted. I think I know what most of the wires go to.
No, I feel like this is where we need maybe a project manager or someone that can.
I got it, dude. Don't worry.
I don't
Trust
know
me.
if like you have to. You're about
It's
to go on
the
the road.
problem is like I have trouble switching from technical mode to artist mode.
Yeah, of course.
I
You know, so like some of the ways
I know, but you just need to be worrying about the art, dude. We need someone that's technical that can worry about the chords,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
cables. You know?
So what else did you do in Vegas? Or
Well,
Mike?
no, I didn't finish.
Oh,
okay.
go ahead, yeah,
So
sorry.
yeah, so basically, okay. So the show is about how, as a boy, there's someone playing a child named Christopher, right? And it's about a journey through his nightmares, right? Where through his nightmares he learned to follow his dreams, right? And then become the greatest living magician. And this is from like the description of the show.
Right. You think
So-
he's the greatest magician?
I mean, there was barely any magic in the fucking
Yeah,
show.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think he's just like a guy that like he just sells himself. You know, he like buys his own bullshit in like a way that's very entertaining and satisfying to everyone.
It was really weird when David Blaine, he went from magic to like putting himself in a box.
He did both.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Chris Angel does that too. His whole thing was like putting on makeup from The Crow and then levitating. That was his whole thing. But anyway, so like
Yeah, it's I'm gonna be a magician, but I dress up like Garfield and then suck my own dick on stage.
That's street,
yeah.
street magic.
yeah.
he's a mind freak.
I'm like, check this out. Stand right there, real quick. You guys stand right there.
It's
Check
just a
this
bunch
out.
of black people.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Oh, boy. Man, Garfield's sucking his own damn dick.
Damn.
Damn! They got Garfield sucking his own motherfucking dick, son. He got his own dick in his damn mouth.
Go Garfield!
Go Garfield. Oh, yeah. What's your name? Who's your crew? And then I say John Arbuckle
John
and Odie
Arbuckle.
while I have my own cock in my mouth. Like, oh shit! Oh, he said John Arbuckle and he got his dick in his mouth. He done it too at the same damn time.
Anyway, so like we watched the whole show. There are all these like dancers, people like pretending to be his nightmares. This little boy during the curtain call, the little boy takes his hat off. You realize it's a woman. Been playing very progressive. Anyway, standing ovation. People are losing their minds, and Chris is like sitting there next to Flo Rida and Flavor Flav.
Wait, so the only difference between the little boy and the woman was a hat?
Yeah, it was just a hat,
And people
were like, "Oh my God, it was a woman." It was.
But I don't understand how
boy.
the hat makes you think it's a little boy.
I think she had her hair
hair
tucked
was up,
into the hat, and then she took it out, and then she had long.
How do you know
hair.
it wasn't just a little boy with long hair?
Well, it was a woman. I mean, we could all tell from the curtain call.
I mean, it would have to have been like she has just says, just like cartoon tits.
no,
that
she
come
didn't
out.
have big ass titties.
The hair. I don't think is enough.
Anyway, but so like,
well,
we're
what do
like,
I know? I'm not a magician.
you-
I'm just a guy that sucks his own dick out on the street. I'm just a dick sucking Garfield out here trying to make $1.
It's like only going to black neighborhoods.
yeah. I'm just in East New York. Hey, my guy.
It's like
Yeah, and your magic has like a social message about ending,
my God.
stopping the violence.
And I've been out there for like hours, and I can't get anyone to check at the magic show, so my dick is just like limp,
Yeah.
hanging out of the Garfield suit.
People are laughing at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Garfield's dick, dude. Garfield ain't got his dick ain't even hard, son. Garfield can't even get his dick hard, son.
So like,
I'm like, yeah, well, you live in a fucking food desert. And I'm a cat that eats lasagna every fucking day. So fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck East New York.
go drink a 2-liter
Uptown,
Hawaiian
baby.
Punch.
Uptown. We got grocery stores in Uptown.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got dust all over your food.
Yeah. You got dusty ass food.
You got dusty ass food.
East New York, suck a dick. Uptown. I'm probably, now that we have video, I'm gonna get murdered. This is the kind of stuff
We're inciting gang war.
Yeah, right. This is the kind of stuff you could say on a podcast, but as soon as it's video,
Yeah, they're gonna.
there's gonna be
clip it.
shooters out for me.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
gonna be like when Ari went after
I
Kobe.
dare you to come to my neighborhood.
Yeah,
They're
it's
like,
sucking
where
my dick.
Nick Millions at? Where Nick Millions at? I heard
my-
you talking shit.
yeah, you got a problem
Would
with me disparaging East New York? You hit up me, Louis J. Gomez.
That would be funny to see like.
And I look a little bit different in real life.
That would be funny.
You might be a little surprised when you see me in real life because I'm bald. I'm a bald Puerto Rican guy, and this is all theater makeup. This is part of my Garfield costume. The first reveal is they're like, "Oh shit, Garfield! That ain't even Garfield. It's a white boob. It's a white boob. That ain't Garfield." And then I take another layer of makeup. They're like, "Oh shit." He's Puerto Rican. It's a Puerto Rican boob that look like a white boob that look like Garfield. And he's sucking his own dick. Mind freak.
Anyway, the end of the whole thing is like we're like leaving, and Chris is just like in the audience with his celebrity guests, and he's just like this, like hand on heart, like nodding and like waving to people. People keep trying to take selfies, and then he has security with like
beloved magician Nick Mullen was killed today.
Yeah.
Killed by police.
Yeah.
The security.
Y'all, they done shot dick sucking Garfield. We out here at the George Floyd protest. These motherfucking fools done killed dick sucking Garfield. When is this gonna end, y'all?
We gotta stop this violence in the community.
They gotta stop killing Garfields.
And what about the protest last summer when they were protesting the death of dick sucking Garfield?
Yeah.
They burned after liberal cities to the ground.
They call him Marcus Garfield. Marcus Garvey kind of did look like Garfield.
I know you said that.
He does. He has like a
Looks like
big
a cat.
big cat. He looks like Heathcliff or something.
Was he a red bone or no? I know
I don't
Malcolm
think so.
X.
No, I
was.
think he was dark. Yeah,
Malcolm X had red hair.
The only reason Malcolm X was a civil rights leader is because he had red hair.
because he was a ginger.
Because he was half Scottish.
He had it.
If he didn't
had
have
twice
that,
as bad.
Yeah, if he didn't have that fucking ginger rage in him.
Yeah.
He just, I mean, that was basically the civil rights movement was for people with red hair.
Right.
It just by chance.
Black people kind of
Yeah.
did the heavy lifting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Anyway, so I went up to Chris Angel afterwards because like he's like greeting the crowd. That he has like fucking security like shining flashlights at anyone. Anytime someone tried to take a selfie, they'd like shine like a mag light like at them. Anyway, but I went up to him and I was like, Chris, I just want to say like thank you for a beautiful evening. He's like, you're very welcome. It means a lot. And then I said, I just want to say that your magic, it's changed my life. And he like looks at me hand on heart and he goes, I know. I know.
It'd be a cool movie to
It
be
was
like
so cool.
an Indian magician.
Uh-huh.
Like well, you can call him Houdini. I guess that's probably
Sure,
close
yeah.
enough.
No,
right?
it's a Jewish guy, actually.
Yeah, but the name is
Indian style.
okay. Whatever. I'll pick a different name.
Okay.
Doodoo-Dini.
Doodoo Dini. That's Indian.
So it's Doodoo-Dini, the Indian magician.
Yeah.
And so he's like, my next trick, your mind will be freaked by my next trick. And then he just kills himself. He blows his brain out, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, Doodoo-Dini!"
Yeah.
And then they send a cow out on stage with peanut butter in his mouth, and then they pipe through like a PA,
yeah,
the pre-recorded thing.
Like
He's
a
like,
Mr. Ed
and so the
thing.
cow's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, blah, blah," and he's like,
Yeah.
"Here I am, everyone. I'm back already." They just have his jacket on the cow.
People are crying.
Yeah, they're like,
blood is
"He's back."
splattered on the wall behind
Right,
him.
and then somebody comes out and
then
then blows the cows, kills
Oh,
the
no.
cow,
Yeah.
No.
and then Doodoo-Dini stands back up and it was squib, and he's like, "And now I'm back again. I've come back as myself."
and then he gets honor killed for killing a cow
Yeah, but in real life.
in real life. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, and then he's like, and then halfway through the show, he's just sawing a woman in half, and they're like, "Is this a trick?" He's like, "No, I'm on break right now.
Yeah.
This is what I do in my free time."
No, it's just to relax.
Yeah, I found out she blew a kiss at a man before we got married. So I'm having her sawn in
It's
half.
easier to get pussy if you
If
the
you have
woman is
the
salted
bottom
out.
half.
I want to take her pussy with me to work as a snack.
Why are they so horny?
Huh?
Why are they so horny?
Because they weren't allowed to be horny until like 10 years ago.
Yeah, they had arranged marriages.
It's not that they're more horny than anybody else. They're just learning how to be
Yeah,
horny.
they're
Right,
like
right.
yeah, they're new to being horny.
Yeah.
Right,
they're
right.
like 12 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Horny is basically like, imagine if you found some primitive tribe and you gave them like a camera and they're like, ooh, 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 ooh. And that's what pussy is for Indian guys.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. They're like pawing it.
Yeah.
It's like the briefcase from Pulp Fiction.
yeah. Fuck. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to say stuff like that now that this is video.
Now this video.
I don't think that
Because you get canceled with video.
You gotta
I
say
know.
psych. Just
Yeah,
say psych.
psych. Mhm.
Stephen, cut psych.
Psych.
in.
Yes.
Cut in psych. Psych.
We didn't really say anything disrespectful towards Indian
No, he
people.
made primitive people seem like monkeys.
Mm.
in
Well,
that.
yeah, he was
That's what
comparing
he was
them.
worried
He was
about.
just comparing
them to apes.
to like a tribe.
Yeah.
Mm.
But he said it's like that.
It's like if yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Uh,
But Trump, rot in hell.
Yeah.
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 What do you think is going to happen? I guess what is what is that? What do you want me to do?
No, I think I got us off the hook.
Oh, okay.
Rot in hell, you bastard.
Yeah. I thought you were doing like say more racist. Get him.
Go off.
yeah. And they can see you doing that.
Well, you know what's funny is people go like, "Oh, well, racist jokes are just lazy," but like you always find new ways to be
Yeah,
racist.
people
He
say that
works
they're like
hard. He works
racist.
hard.
Racist
Yeah.
jokes are lazy, but it's like, yeah, well, so are black people.
No, come
Well,
on.
why don't you get mad at them instead of me?
Come on, Donald Trump.
Because it seems like a
Right.
double standard. I don't.
All right.
Donald
I
Trump.
think Donald Trump is gonna go to
Red,
jail.
red,
Donald
rot,
Trump.
rot in
We're keeping
prison.
a balance here.
No food.
And when I say black people are lazy,
okay,
I mean
yeah.
specifically Clarence Thomas.
Yeah.
He's too lazy to use his fucking brain
Right.
to come up with the right
Right.
answer on abortion.
Like one person.
The rest of them, you know, hey, see you at the protests. I'll be there.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be there, saying you matter. Your life matters.
We got to be careful with the video now.
Why? Oh, right.
I don't know. We
Because
have a
we
lot
get
riding
canceled.
on this. We want to sell this to a network one day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but you do always find new ways to be racist, and it's impressive.
Not to be racist.
Well, you find new like different you find
play.
you like
Yeah,
create
yeah.
stereotypes
to do
that are accurate
to
Yeah.
play
You
on
know.
to play on racial tropes.
to play on tropes.
to expose
It's doing
deeper,
satire. Yeah.
to expose deeper ignorance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that
Well, I just don't know how to fill dead air other than by doing that. That's like, yeah, basically making monkey noises. Some people are like, so how was the weather? You know, but I don't, that's never been an impulse of mine.
Well,
I was
last
standing
week-
in land at B&A. We had to, when we bought some equipment for the show, and I was there before it opened, and there was some poor guy, like, He just like we're waiting for the store to open. So there's like a middle-aged guy and then some younger guy that's a tourist.
Yeah.
And they thought the store was open, but it was just like a class that had been there. So they like went off and did something else. He's like, I thought the store was open. The other guy was like, no, it's a class. I'm like dropping my daughter off. He's like, yeah. And then the second guy, the tourist, didn't understand that that's where the conversation needed to end. Mm-hmm. And so he thought he had to just keep saying stuff. Mm-hmm. And so he's like, yeah, I'm actually, I'm here from Kansas. And the guy's like, oh, great. Mm-hmm. He's like, yeah, I'm coming here to maybe, I heard about this place. I'm really excited to check it out. The guy's like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, it's a great place. They got a lot of stuff. He's like, yeah, in Kansas we have Micro Center. He starts like telling the guy about Micro Center. The guy's like, okay. And he's like, but, Micro Center's not like this, and then like it's going on. This is for 5-10 minutes, and by the end of it, he's like, "Yeah, I bought this backpack actually," and he's telling, he's like, it's got a pocket here, and he's just fucking won't leave this fucking guy alone. Yeah, I felt terrible for the both of them. Yeah, one of them wanted to be left alone, the other one didn't know when to shut the fuck up, and I can relate to the not shutting the fuck up guy, but I would have been like, so you're from Africa, or like originally, like before you were slave, obviously, but
came over here.
You ever think about what your ancestors were doing?
No, you ever see Amistad?
You think if slavery existed now, you're a fucking slave. Let's say you're a black guy, you slave. Mm-hmm. Would you be like doing slave photography? And I'm like, I'm sorry. We got another
something to think about.
We got another 4 minutes here before the store opens. Have you ever been to Micro Center?
No, I'm just making conversation.
Squeezing his arms.
Yeah.
Like, those are powerful. Yeah.
It's because you were bred for this.
Look at his teeth.
Yeah. Those are strong. You ever notice you guys got whiter teeth? And I always thought it was maybe a contrast thing, but I think it's just you were bred to have better bones.
Yeah.
Better calcium absorption.
No, it's like a compliment.
Yeah.
I'm giving you a compliment, sir.
No, it's just something I read about recently.
You don't have to raise your voice, sir. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So is this blood on the wall, or?
Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Let's just power through. Mike, what have you been up to lately?
Okay.
I don't know. Same old. Been raising my family. I got in a fight with my wife over a parking spot yesterday. We were driving around, and she goes, "There's a parking spot right there." And so I went around the corner, and I pulled in, and we were like halfway in the crosswalk of the parking spot that she told me to park at.
Yeah.
And I was like, look at that. It's not and I started yelling at her.
That made you mad.
I was like, not really made me mad, but it's like, I'm gonna pick a fight today.
Do I have it in my head wrong, but do the signs say the parking is for pregnant or expecting mothers?
I don't know. Where though?
You know how they used to say that? It said for pregnant or I remember the sign saying pregnant or expecting mothers.
I saw this meme that was like it was a parking spot for pregnant people. It's like a pregnant lady with a carriage, and some guy goes, "Well, finally a spot for fat guys who love to grill." And that just made me laugh really hard.
That's funny. Yeah.
Anyway, they always think they know where the parking spots are, I guess, is my point.
Remember when we went to Cabela's?
Yeah.
It was a nice trip.
That was a nice trip.
Yeah.
They had like guns for like $4,000.
Yeah.
It's crazy what people spend on guns.
You can get a gun for cheap, too. You can
get them for cheap.
Yeah.
Where? Uptown?
Uptown. That's right, baby. Uptown.
Uptown. You get a gun. You can go to the grocery store.
Yep.
Brownsville, it's just guns.
Yeah.
No grocery stores out there.
Mm-hmm. We got a Whole Foods.
Did you see remember the bodega, bro? That came and went real fast.
What's that?
That video of that guy that's like just some gym bro who like moved here for some tech job
to the Bronx.
But he moved to the Bronx.
Yeah.
And he's like, bro, what the fuck is a fucking bodega, bro?
He's like that. I'm just trying to get dinner.
He's upset.
Right
There's no Kroger. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they canceled him.
Yeah, he got fired.
He got fired. Yeah.
Good.
And then there were people like, well, I'm never using your company. And it's like, what do they even do? They're like, we do like Sigma efficiency mapping for.
I'm never going to use your quant.
Well, I'm never fucking going to this place.
I'm never fucking
not on my over my dead fucking body. Am I using you for Sigma 6 efficiency mapping for my tech sector marketing? Whatever the fuck they do.
Yeah,
I don't know. I can't. Sorry, I've never had anything close to a job that deals with it.
Yeah, same.
I ran out of words.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah. Business solutions.
Yeah. Business. Intelligent
business solutions.
Yeah. See this? This is dead air.
Yeah.
And the instinct is to be like, oh, number one space.
All right.
Oh.
No.
Yeah. Number 15. Number 42. Oh. Mysterious waiter guy. Number 7 maybe. Maybe number 8. And just do that.
What's happening on your phone?
I'm trying to book comics for Funny Moms tonight.
Nice.
Yeah, Funny Moms, check that out.
Yeah,
this will go
I'll
up.
be there.
This will go up today. So
yeah.
still tickets available. Irvine, California. I will be at the Irvine Improv this Thursday. Oh, with
me.
with Mike. Yeah. So you plugged that. I'm bringing Mike. Mike, we're gonna let him blow the light, and he's running an hour. I'm doing 30 minutes. Look, and then Mike will do well. I've had Kyla burn all my material on social media, so my hour's done. It's gone. I got nothing new. Maybe that thing about the photographer.
What's that?
I don't know. I was doing it in Chicago. That made me laugh. It bombed every time. I don't think anyone laughed, but the thing about the photographer, whatever. You'll see it. I'll be doing my photographer bit that I've been.
It's classic.
I've been trying to work out. We'll have a good time. I'm a little worried about going to Irvine. I was under the impression that it's just like 70-year-old men wearing salmon shorts. That are like money Republicans.
Yeah.
That I'm just gonna get like bullied by old versions of the bad guy from the OC.
Yeah.
You know. So hopefully it's not that. But Mike will be there. We'll have a good time. Irvine, California. The next up after that, I'm in Philadelphia, September 2nd through the 4th at Helium.
Nice.
And that'll be fun. Helium's my favorite club. Philly Helium.
Yeah.
Yeah, back in the day, that was yeah, that's that. You want to do that one too?
Sure.
All right, cool. That's easy.
Thanks.
You just drive down there.
Great.
I'll put you up
Yeah.
at the Sofitel.
Okay.
I love that fucking place.
Yeah.
Dude, I had a night. It was the only time I ever regretted doing cocaine. Well, that's not true. I guess most of the times I did the next day. But just ripping lines until 5 a.m. and then going to the Sofitel. I'd never stayed there. I just booked it.
Yeah.
And I got there, and the room was so fucking nice, and it was like 5:45 in the morning.
Yeah.
And like we had to leave at like 7 a.m.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I should have just come back and went to sleep. The bed is better than doing hours and hours and just way too much drugs with Brian Six and Shane Gillis, you know, in the green room at Helium. That was a fun night.
That's cool.
Yeah, that show was really fun.
Yeah. I didn't even do the show. I just went down there to get fucked up.
Yeah, I did the show.
Adam did the show.
That was my first time on stage in after COVID.
I really wasted 2021. I did
Yeah.
not. I
Fine, dude.
drove down to Philadelphia and then just got fucked up with people
Yeah.
I see in New York all the time.
Yeah.
And blew money on a hotel room.
Yeah.
It was a nice
To
drive.
go by myself. It's not like I'm like,
I got
I'm getting a hooker.
But it's
and
fun to
going
go
the
to.
hotel.
It's fun to go to Philly and see all your boys.
It is fun.
Yeah.
I did
Yeah.
have fun.
Yeah.
Wasted the year, but I had fun.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm self-conscious that I'm not like a fun hang on the road.
No, you're
You know?
perfect, actually.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, you don't really want to. I mean, I don't know what your preferences are, but yeah, you want to just do the shows. Or I want to just do the shows and then go to Sweet
Go to, yeah.
Do maybe go to one museum.
Yeah.
Take it easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That museum in Chicago was fun. It was just like some rich guy's house from the 1800s.
Yeah, I feel like anytime I go to a local museum, I get like fucking fleeced. They're like, yeah, it's $60 ticket, and then you can vouch for this. Everything you can see from the ticket booth.
Yeah.
Everything in that hotel was set up.
Yeah.
So that you could see it from the ticket booth.
Yeah.
And then the second you venture past that, it's just like empty rooms.
Yeah.
The Dreischer Museum, what was it called? Dreyer Museum?
It's
Something like that, yeah.
It's like the Barnes of Chicago. It's like the one they have in Philly, which is like a rich guy's house.
I think a lot of museums used to just be rich guys' houses. Because
they have one in Boston that's really nice.
They got the J.P. Morgan museum here.
Well, they had to move the Barnes one, but
Why?
It's because there's some dispute with it was in a neighborhood, and then, but now it's in like Center City.
The Jonas Barnes Museum. Is he still around?
He might be on Facebook. Yeah,
Oh,
I
okay.
should reach out to him.
Yeah.
See what he's up to.
Ask him if he's at the Jonas Barnes Museum. And he's like, I get that all the time. Buddy, you don't know how often I hear that.
I just make my house a museum.
Yeah. So that's cool. So
Yeah.
like next steps, Nick. Like, what do you think? What do you think we have coming around the corner? Like, as in your production capacity?
Well,
I mean, because I think people are like enjoy being part of the pre-production process.
Okay. Well, we hired.
And they're gonna see this and they're gonna be thinking
we hired that Chinese lady.
Okay, she's doing great.
She's doing well. She's doing really well.
Yeah. She's not Chinese.
What do you mean?
She doesn't like it when you call her Chinese.
What am I supposed to call? What am I supposed to call her?
I mean, she's Korean, but you don't have to reference any of that.
And so, what am I supposed to call
Just
her?
her name.
What's her name?
Her Christian name.
What's her name?
I'm not going to say it.
There you go.
Okay,
This is what we got stuck in.
We don't have to say
sort
it
of the
on
feedback
the show,
loop.
but the person that's helping us.
He doesn't want me calling her the Chinese lady.
Okay,
but no one will tell me her name.
That's what her business card says.
The producer. No, she saw in Nick's phone that she was saved as China. Her name and then parentheses
I didn't know her name.
Chinese. No, it was her name and then parentheses Chinese.
Well, I didn't know her last name.
And then she was like, "That's really weird. Like, that's not even like to show me." She's like, "I accidentally saw what my name is on his iMessage on his computer."
She didn't like that.
I know other people with that name. I didn't.
You're right.
Yeah, you could have asked her last name maybe. Anyway, but we hired her. She's
I had
doing
to say,
great.
look, there's no way her real last name is less offensive than just the word Chinese.
If that's what the word is.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whatever it is, I guarantee.
Is her
you-
last name like NG?
No.
No.
But that's funny. That's funny
when.
when that's somebody's last
Yeah,
name.
that's like I'm not even going there.
I'm gonna
brother.
start.
not
I'm
even
gonna
going
start
there. I'm not
retconning
going there,
American
brother.
history and telling people that's why we did the Vietnam War.
because
Because Vietnamese people had a racist name. They're like, well, we couldn't let them get
We're
away with it.
spreading, yeah.
They respect all their last names were the N-word.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah. After the civil rights movement, we got a bunch of bro. You think because that was kind of the distraction, really? These black people were like, we
That's
should be able to ride the bus, and you're like, oh, you think this is bad?
This is bad.
Let's see what's going on over
their
there.
name.
Look what they're
Look
doing.
what their names are.
And they're like, sign me up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why Malcolm X.
Draft me right now.
He was very quiet about the Vietnam War, right?
Yeah.
Because he was secretly like, get those fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't be named that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny that that's a name that they have. There's not even a vowel in there.
Yeah. You know, they call it the Second Indochina War in most places, not the Vietnam War.
Not not in America. That's what they say.
Yes. I guess in France.
I guess because
probably.
Cambodia too. We fucked up Cambodia also, so it's not only Vietnam.
Yeah.
My neighbor, who's an older guy, he said in the 70s they started painting all the equipment desert camouflage instead of jungle camouflage. So we were like ready to go into Afghanistan. We were getting ready to go into Afghanistan in the 70s. But,
Your neighbor sounds like a smart guy that definitely doesn't just make shit up.
Who's your neighbor? Just a guy sitting.
Yeah, he's a guy. He's like an older guy who's
Just a
sitting.
guy who
He was a
sits.
Marine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Semper Fi, brother.
Yeah, nice guy.
Yeah. Good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What
You
happened?
let him
When
around your
did the
kid.
Vietnam War end? 1975.
I think so.
Yeah. And then
Was it?
what came immediately following that?
Well, the Russian Afghanistan thing.
that
But we just armed
that
them,
invasion
didn't we?
didn't happen
Like-
until 1979, 78.
Yeah, but
I
we
think
just
so.
armed them. I don't think we.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we didn't get popping until Iraq.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or we had Grenada too, didn't we?
Yeah, but that was real
Yeah, that was
quick.
brief.
That was
yeah.
5 minutes long.
Yeah,
yeah.
That was
What
real
happened there?
They this like socialist guy took over. This guy Maurice Bishop.
Yeah.
And then they sent. So then there was like some turmoil. So then Reagan sent the army in, and they were like, it's to protect our medical students. But they were trying to take advantage of the unrest that was happening.
You ever see the movie Heartbreak Ridge?
No.
If there's any case for like a movie being 100% a CIA movie, Heartbreak Ridge has to be it.
Yeah. You ever see Rules of Engagement? That's a pretty bonk. The Samuel L. Jackson.
Yes.
And,
Yeah.
That's a pretty
of course.
crazy.
I always,
movie.
my entire life, I always confused that with fucking,
Enemy at the Gates.
No, not Enemy at the Gates.
that should be the title.
Tom Cruise one with
Born on the 4th of July.
Oh, wait.
Tom Cruise and
Few Good Men.
Yes, Few Good Men. Yeah. I was
Wait, but what's Heartbreak Ridge?
Heartbreak Ridge is Clint Eastwood, and it's like he's a drill instructor or some kind of like fucking. He goes to like boot camp or something, and he's got like the army is like just in a state of disarray. Like none of these guys. He's like a World War II guy back when the army had like prestige, because like they lionized World War II to such an extent that they extracted everything they could out of World War II.
Right.
then Vietnam War happened, and everyone kind of like, there was no, like the military, they weren't heroes anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So Heartbreak Ridge is about Grenada, and it was trying to be like, the army's back, basically.
Yeah,
So
we
he takes
kick ass.
these like just these bums and whips them into shape, and then they grow into Grenada and save the day. But it was like a way of trying to rehabilitate the image in terms of like, like media, the idea of like the American soldier. But Heartbreak Ridge was I think a World War II battle, so it's just like named after that or something. Yeah, just I think whatever. Who gives a fuck? We'll move on to something else.
Yeah.
Well, Adam, you were saying recently that you had some kind of altercation
With who?
a woman. There was like a thing, you got into a fight at in line.
Yeah, but I don't want to talk about my relationship.
Oh, it was your wife.
I don't know. I just want to keep my private life private. Dude.
This
I know I
is-
talked about David Blaine, but like,
Yeah.
But
or,
there's a problem with
Chris
your-
Angel.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's big problems.
There's a problem with your girlfriend.
Yeah, there's a.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no
That's
problem.
okay.
There is no problem.
Yeah.
No, there's no.
How about, did we do this on the
Well,
old
no,
show?
nothing's
But-
perfect.
But Pinky and the Brain,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a different kind of brain, And the Pinky's like, what are we going to do tonight, Brain? And he's like, the same thing we do every night, Pinky. Suck dick.
Yeah, it's like that. Very good.
We're going to suck dick. And it's a normal sized dick, and they're mice, so they're just kind of sitting,
Gnawing
just
on
sitting
it.
on there and like just licking.
Yeah,
it.
nibbling the
Yeah,
sides. Yeah. That's pretty funny.
Anna Brainiacs.
Yeah, and a Brainiacs.
Yeah.
Yakko, Sucko, and Dick. This is not. I guarantee you, this is something we did on Come Town.
Yeah.
Every other episode.
Yeah, we've done
And
it 12 times.
Yeah, I'm just.
Hey, but these pigs keep giving you their money, so what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Stop.
Oh boy, I tell you, I can't wait until this place is finished.
Yeah.
Yeah, this place.
We're about 25% there, but
We're almost there. I feel like
Yeah.
we just got to get these up.
the biggest thing is I got to fix the lens, that wide shot lens. It's all blurry.
Yeah.
And I have to figure out how to fix that lens, and then once that's fixed, buy another one, and then we can have a 3-camera setup. That way, I don't have to be kind of just only in the wide shot here.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
then-
don't even know if they can get you at all.
And then
Right now.
and then put some finishing touches on the studio.
Yeah. No, I mean there are a couple more steps. I think.
Yeah, the green screen's I'm gonna have to 86 the green screen and put a new one up.
Yeah. Maybe we paint it or.
Yeah, I mean they're really sort of like one-time use sort of things.
I don't know. We use it a couple times.
Yeah, but in general, like out in in the production world, you kind of plan on these things.
Yeah.
You just use them once, fucking tear them down, new one goes up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So the Ford Model T,
Mm-hmm.
named after trans people.
Testosterone
Yeah.
replacement. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That was a thing. It was like guys were, feeling like they weren't being respected, with their horses.
Henry
Yeah.
Ford,
Yeah.
Nazi sympathizer or homo? The question of the day on This American Life.
All the above. Some would say.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did Henry Ford suck dick?
Yeah. Was Henry Ford a cock-sucking... Yeah. What do you think this is? A thermostat? What is that?
I think that's looks like it's for security.
Oh.
I think that's like a home security device. It looks like ADT.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I'll figure it out when I start putting this place back
Well,
together.
I don't understand why.
Because
You
I wanted
took
to,
that off
I
the
wanted,
wall.
I wanted to start with 0 wires, square one.
Mm-hmm.
We rip all the wires out.
But it looks like that probably belongs to the building, and
Yeah. It's
Well-
a nice ladder, though.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
belongs to them for sure.
It does.
Yeah. Yeah, I had to borrow the ladder to get up there to rip all the wires out of the walls.
do they know that you ripped it? Did you get
They
that
know I
from-
borrowed the ladder. I told them,
Yeah,
I needed a ladder.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
And look, the electricity works, so I obviously avoided the wires that. I'll figure it out. Dude.
Yeah,
It's
no,
just-
you're gonna figure it. Yeah,
it's
yeah, for
simple.
Sure.
It's simple shit.
Yeah,
There's
for sure.
fucking electricity flows.
There's direct current and alternating current.
So you just
right?
figure out which ones are the direct current wires and which ones are the alternating current wires.
Yeah,
And then one of them, the direct current goes to the stuff you want to plug in.
Yeah.
And the alternating goes to the stuff that's you don't want to plug in.
Right.
Or that it comes out.
That comes
Like
out.
a fan that goes like this.
Mhm.
Like a woo, that's alternating current.
Yeah.
Right, because it's
A computer, that's direct current. Internet, alternating current, because it goes back and forth.
Yeah, you're communicating with the net.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stereo, that's alternating current because it's got 2 speakers.
Yeah.
So those need to go back and forth.
Yeah.
It's simple. I've done this hundreds of times easily.
I mean, have you set up a studio?
Not set up a studio, but
Yeah.
like, tearing stuff. I've done that a lot.
It just seems.
Where'd you
like-
learn how to do that?
Huh?
Where do you learn how to do that stuff?
You just get in there.
Yeah.
You just fucking get in there
Yeah.
and do it, you
Yeah.
know? Which is the way anybody's learned anything. That's
Right.
why I love that show, The Nick. Because,
You just got to trial and
yeah,
error.
it's like basically if you spoke correctly, if you took elocution lessons,
Right.
you could just walk into New York City and be like, yes, I'm here to cut people open.
Yeah, and
You know,
they're like,
they'd be
you're a doctor.
You're a doctor.
Yeah.
And then you would do it in front of a room full of people. You're like, we're going to remove this man's brain and put it into this 8-year-old boy who has a headache to cure him of headaches. And then 30 minutes later being like, we have lost both of them.
Yeah.
And then you
it's
just
very-
draw,
it's
and then
very
you
hard
just draw it, and then you just draw a picture of what you did in with a pen, and then people are
Right.
like, yeah, this guy's a scientist.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
must be some sort of doctor or scientist.
Yeah.
It's hard to believe in God when you think about the history of like medical stuff.
Yeah.
There we just know.
That's Nick and I. And we'll clip this. We believe in science, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it is hard.
That's
to
our
believe.
God
Yeah,
and all.
that's, yeah.
Yeah.
If you think about it, there's
think
not
about
much difference between the vaccines and a cocaine addict in 1870 declaring himself an internal
doctor.
surgeon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's this. I say that jokingly, but it's literally. It's
We
the
mean it.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
the same thing.
It's the same thing.
As
You
a
know,
joke.
These vaccines are made by what? A computer program?
I think so.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Agent Smith?
Yeah,
maybe?
exactly. And they're self-replicating.
Yeah.
Right. And now,
Unlike the real Agent Smith, there's no green screen. when you're-
Right.
There's no computer generated imagery when you're
yeah,
injecting people.
yeah. You don't have
With
any
the safe,
CGI.
With the safe 100% effective vaccines that
All
totally
right,
work and
okay,
everyone
yeah.
should get them. Five
get
boosters,
them.
make sure you get them.
Get them.
Copyright Moderna, Pfizer, the good.
Johnson
Vaccine's good.
Johnson.
Vaccine's good.
Number
Freedom of
one.
speech bad.
I don't know why you're
Censorship
making-
good.
I don't know.
Vaccine's bad.
I don't think
Vaccine's
that's-
good. Vaccine's good. Saying anything that isn't approved copy written by Pfizer and Dr. Fauci bad. Good. Vaccine, thumbs up.
I don't know. It's,
I took my kid to the pediatrician the other day, and I
Yeah.
was asking him some questions.
They really got to change the name. Pediatrician
Pediatrician.
should not
Why?
share a prefix with pedophile.
oh yeah.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
I mean, I
yeah,
understand how
scary.
language works, but
Right.
it's not, you know.
Because imagine someone sees me writing like I'm
Yeah.
I'm taking my kid to the PED.
Yeah, well, I
Yeah.
mean,
It
it's
would-
just, imagine if like a gynecologist was like, you know, it's like, yeah, I'm a rapecologist.
Rapecologist.
I'm a kill a woman
That's
with
such
a
a good-
gynecologist. I'm fuck a woman to death with a bullet.
I'm a Weinstein ecologist.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's how it hits to me.
Yeah.
Pedophile,
I
pedagogist.
took my kid to the PED, and you go, "What the fuck's wrong with
Yeah.
you?" Yeah.
And then we're gonna get it taken away.
Yeah.
Wait, so what happened? You took him?
Oh, I was I was asking the guy a question, and he was answering me, but I kind of missed what he was saying because I was like, "Oh, the doctor's like a black guy," and I was like, "I hope that he thinks that I'm like good, like
Wait,
good with
what
that."
happened?
Because I was like thinking about how the doctor's a black guy. Because you
Yeah.
think about like you hear stories all the time about there's somebody's on a plane and they're like, "Is there a doctor here?"
Yeah.
And a black woman's like, "I'm a doctor," and the flight attendant's like, sit down,
Sit down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not you."
That happens.
So, yeah,
wow.
yeah,
Does it?
yeah.
Has that
I
happened?
think
Has
so.
that that's
Yeah,
how-
I feel like I've heard stories about that where like a black lady is like, "I'm a doctor," and they're
Mhm.
like, "No, we need a real doctor."
Yeah.
Wow.
I feel like black people in the medical field maybe aren't taken as seriously.
Mhm.
Or you hear about old people being like, "Can I have a white doctor?"
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I hope this guy knows that I hope I'm conveying that like I'm cool with him being a doctor. you know.
Isn't he your child's doctor though?
It was like a different. We had to take him. We took him to a different one.
Oh,
so I had just met the guy.
Yeah, but it's still it's still a man. It's not.
Yeah, but our regular one is a Chinese lady, Doctor. I can say her name, right? Dr. Hong.
Yeah, that doesn't sound offensive.
Yeah,
I mean, honestly, look,
it.
what do you? If your name was, let's say your name was Stephanie Hong, you're an Asian woman.
Yeah.
What do you want yourself in my phone as? Stephanie Chinese or Stephanie Hong?
Yeah.
Stephanie Hong.
It sounds like you're making fun of her.
It sounds way worse.
I think they probably prefer their name, not parentheses.
They're not gonna
Chinese.
they're not gonna like Google my pediatrician and harass her, are they?
Who? The Adam Friedland Show fans?
Yeah.
No, they're
No.
all. They don't even know how to use phones. They're all.
They're gonna give
they're all
her a
72-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody who watches this show is a boomer senior citizen.
Right.
She's gonna probably become the most popular pediatrician.
They
in
watch
New York.
the show and then they go sit around. They compete to see who's more mad at Donald Trump for stealing classified information.
They're pissed.
I think he's like Hitler. Well, you know what I think he's like is double Hitler. And he goes, you're both wrong. He's double Hitler, who's also in boop. And they're like, Eric. And he's like,
Well, I'm sorry.
I mean, like
It's-
Clarence Thomas.
It's just how I feel.
I mean, I don't mean all.
sorry, I get real worked
I
up.
don't mean
when I
all
think
black
about it.
people. I mean just the
Just
ones
speaking
that are boop.
authentically,
Yeah. So
yeah.
a Clarence Thomas double boop Hitler, double boop Hitler is what Donald Trump is. There's an extra R even at the end.
That's right, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Double beep MCO.
Double beep MCO. What is that? AMCO?
Yeah.
Yeah. And double beep CP.
Yeah. And beep beep. CP. Oh man.
What's the other one? The United Negro
College Fund. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna have a intellectual style debates though once we get the set built, where we're gonna like talk about the state of the contemporary, like
Yeah, we're gonna have Kramer on with Dick sucking Garfield to talk about the George Floyd protest. They burned down the courthouse, Jerry.
we're gonna have Roxanne Gay and Tom Myers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to have Roxanne Gay and a moon bounce on to have a debate with each other.
I heard that
Roxanne Gay's legs and Garfield from the Macy's Day Parade.
I heard that the Michael Richards thing. I heard that like that was like his act. Like he would go into the crowd and he'd go, "What are you? What's your race?" And the guy would say, "I'm whatever. I'm Italian." He'd be like, "You fucking wop!" And he would just start like yelling
Really?
slurs at them.
He wasn't just having
Who
a
told
bad
you
That's
this?
what I
Who told you
heard.
this?
I
Your
heard it from
neighbor? They told you about the tanks?
Yeah, actually,
They were painting the tanks desert colors. And the plan was to drive the tanks from Vietnam to Afghanistan. That's how they were going to get them there. Is they're going to
Well, that's why it took so
They were
long.
going to illegally invade all of the countries in between. I'm saying this with too much confidence because I don't know how far apart they are.
Yeah.
But I imagine there's at least one or two countries in between Vietnam and Afghanistan.
Yeah.
They'll be like, yeah, go ahead, just roll through with the tanks.
Mm-hmm. That's why it took 20 years.
Yeah.
What were we talking about before that?
The Kramer's Act.
The
Wait,
Kramer's
you're
Act.
saying so that was his
So-
act, and then someone had a flip
I heard
phone that
from
night.
a comic who heard it from like a bigger comic that like, yeah, that was his act. And then so like when the guys were heckling him, he was like, all right, well, whatever, I'll just go into my act. And that was his act to yell
Oh, that was
racial
his like.
slurs at
Oh,
people.
I'll do my big closer.
I'll do my big closer.
Yeah.
He was getting heckled, but he was also just doing his act.
Yeah.
Because you know sometimes
The weirdest part about the whole thing to me was the line, 50 years ago, you beat upside down with a fork in your ass. And it was like, what?
yeah,
That's not how
what-
lynchings
yeah,
work.
That's not what they were doing.
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
And we're like, let's turn this boy upside down and eat his damn ass.
This boy
Let's
got a
fucking
big
Stay
one.
out of our neighborhood.
We're going to eat your ass
Take
like a
turn.
bowl of spaghetti, boy.
Take turns eating his ass.
Yeah, right.
Stay away from my daughter.
But with like cutlery, like putting on a bib to eat ass.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, it doesn't make any sense.
It's time for my movie recommendation, double feature of Charlie Varick and the original Walking Tall.
Oh, okay, that's a good one.
Yeah.
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 I love Charlie
That'd be a
Varick.
nice afternoon if you guys are trying to have a nice afternoon.
Wait,
Yeah.
what's the remake is with The Rock?
Yeah.
What he like comes into a town and they bully him.
Well,
or
it's based on a real guy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the sheriff of some bullshit town.
Mhm.
But yeah, the sheriff like just went to war with like the criminal elements of the town, trying to clean the place up. They like shot him in the face. They killed his wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he just went to war with them. This one
Yeah.
man went to war.
Huh.
Great movie.
Okay.
The original is great. Joe Don Baker is in both Charlie Varick and the original Walking Tall.
Okay.
That's the thread. It's a
Yeah.
Joe Don Baker retrospective.
Yeah.
Very
Okay.
nice. Have you seen Charlie Varick?
No.
You got to see that.
Okay.
It's Walter Matthau
Okay.
doing bank heists.
He had some good before he became an old man.
Yeah,
The best-
well, he was always an old man. And,
Yeah.
and he made a lot of great movies.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, the
Yeah.
best part is they do a heist that goes wrong at the beginning. His wife gets killed.
How about real
And
quick?
he barely-
Walter math problem,
Yeah.
Okay.
and he's an older Chinese guy.
Yeah.
yeah. And he's like, oh, they took the train. Well, which one did you say they kidnapped again? The Pella 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
What is that? The
What makes him Chinese?
well, I guess I gotta do some fucking karate. I guess I gotta go do some fucking karate now. And it's Walter math problem.
Math problem.
Yeah. Adam's.
That's good.
Adam's got some. What do you got going on? On your phone?
Nothing. I know. I'm just trying to book Funny Moms tonight. It's inappropriate. I shouldn't have grabbed the phone.
You should have Ian Fidance. Let's put together the dream team here. Ian Fidance, Louis C.K., Godfrey,
Oh, yeah.
Steve Harvey.
Okay.
We should get Steve Harvey tonight.
Tonight?
Yeah.
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 Jennifer Lopez
Oh, my God.
as a musical guest.
I would love.
Jennifer Affleck.
Uh-huh.
She took Ben's name.
Did she?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. How about Jay Slow? She's like, I'm living la vida loca. Or whatever her
That's
fucking
her name.
song.
That's her song.
Whatever her famous
That is
song.
her.
whatever her big song is. Oh, upside inside out. How bizarre. Da, 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 da. How bizarre.
How bizarre.
It's funny to think that for every J-Lo, there's like a bunch of retarded women that could have had that career.
Yeah.
Just as talented.
Yeah.
You know, they get left behind.
Yeah. But she
'Cause
wasn't a
Hollywood.
very good singer.
No.
She was no Christina Aguilera.
Yeah.
Now that girl.
Now that girl can sing.
Now that girl
She-
can. She
Now
can
that
fucking
girl
sing.
can sing.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I thought she was quite the entertainer. She really put ass on the map. That
Yeah.
was the biggest thing she did. She got her ass insured for $1 million.
I thought it
My,
was
my
the-
mom had a problem with Mariah Carey because she did too many music videos with black guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
That's so
But wasn't
funny.
she half black?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your mom didn't realize. She
didn't-
thought she was just
didn't like that.
Italian.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah.
mom tearing up her Michael Jackson fucking
Yeah.
vision board when she finds out he wasn't.
A
She
white
saw
guy.
old pictures of him.
What the fuck?
He's
Who the
lied. He's
hell is
lied to
this?
us. Yeah, that's crazy that your parents are that racist.
Yeah. Yeah.
Were your parents mad when De Niro said "fuck Trump"? Were they like he really let down the community
They already didn't like him. My grandmother didn't like him because
because he was married to a black woman?
Yeah.
So they already knew.
Yeah.
They were like being smug about it. They're like, "I told you."
I told you.
Yeah. We should have never respected him.
Yeah. For some reason, that was like the one taboo. Like, don't date them.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Don't
weird.
date. No mixing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They're like, you'll go to a restaurant and people will stare at you,
Yeah.
and then your kids
It's
won't
gonna
know
be
who
hard
they are.
for the kids.
Hard for the kids.
Yeah.
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 And then, like, just 5 years later, we have a mixed race president.
Yeah.
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 Well, I guess I was wrong about that one.
I guess I was
like,
wrong.
the only hard part is going to an Italian restaurant. People are staring at me. I don't know who I am. I don't know who the fuck I am.
Yeah.
Just trying to eat some ravioli.
Am I black? Am I white?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm Chinese.
A lot of people
Put me outside with the dogs.
Yeah.
A lot of people look at me, say, "What even is he?"
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's a
Yeah.
Dan. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's.
Well, Adam, what do you? It's your show, so like, what do you want to? How do you want to? Like, what do you have something you want to bring up, or maybe something you want to? Sorry, I'm like crashing. I'm like my mid-morning crash now.
No,
It's also too. We gotta get this shit over to Steven.
I know.
Like now.
Is he available?
Yeah. I asked him. Steven's being a real sweetheart. He's editing a movie and this at the same time.
Taking a
Nice.
break.
Squeezing us in,
Yeah.
despite whatever. Adam, anything you want to plug?
I'll plug my podcast if I
Go
can.
ahead,
It's
yeah,
called
please.
Out for Smokes with Scott Chaplin and Sean McCarthy.
Yeah.
If you want to check that out.
Sean
Appreciate it.
McCarthy. You were cracking me up with that Sean McCarthy impression.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah,
Thanks,
that's pretty
buddy.
good.
Yeah.
Oh,
the one thing
here's-
I love about Mike is he'll he'll do this Batman thing where he'll quietly work on an impression, and then just drop it, without anyone knowing.
So, did you guys hear that?
Yeah.
Former-
Well, the problem is
That's pretty good.
women. you know.
Did you guys hear?
The funniest thing he
thing
does with
is-
the Sean McCarthy is where he'll use curse words the way Sean does, where Sean does it it almost sounds like when you've typed a computer into a computer a curse word text to speech thing, and it just doesn't sound natural. Yeah, do it.
What did you see? When he says
I don't know the way you were doing it was like, yeah, there's a lot of fucking people.
well, that's what the fuck's going on. Is that the fucking? Yeah. I forget what I was even saying.
I have no idea.
Jeez.
I mean, it was one of those mindless things where you're in the car
Yeah.
for 19 hours and
Wow.
you're like, wow, a barbecue restaurant. Exit 52.
Let's eat some fucking barbecue.
Yeah. Damn, I'm mad we're flying to Irvine instead of driving. I mean,
You
it's
can't
impossible.
drive.
Of course you can't drive,
Yeah.
but
You love
being
to drive, huh?
I love that drive to Buffalo was great.
Yeah.
You're sitting there listening to a certain
podcast.
to a certain podcast that we spent a lot of time making fun of.
Yeah,
Not
that was-
Ian's podcast, by the way. Different.
Being Ian.
Yeah, we should have called this Being Adam.
Yeah, being Adam.
Yeah,
It doesn't have a ring to it like being Ian.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
I'm calling it Being Ian. It's really good to see you, man. That's what I love. He does that. He just gets serious, be like, "Hey, how are you? It's really good to see you, man." And we'll have this intense thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes. All right. Well, we got in a little bit of local scene drama right at the end.
Mhm.
Ian, the way Ian says things, the way Sean says things. And do you have any shots you want to take?
Yeah, today on my hit list is this damn former presidential candidate Andrew Yang.
No. What do Yang do?
He's starting.
Which
his own-
now let me say Andrew Yang. How about Andrew Chinese?
Yeah.
Sounds a lot less offensive.
So yeah, he started his own political party. Did you guys hear about this?
No. What's it called?
It's called I don't know. What's it called? I don't know. It's it's called a centrist party or something.
The what?
Yeah. Yeah, he started a party called Forward, I think. Yeah.
Forward.
Yeah.
Oh, forward.
Yeah, that's
You know what it sounds like is have you
Four-letter word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
R word.
N word.
N-word.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I was thinking.
Mm.
The N word party.
The N-word party.
So
They used to have dumb names like that, like the Wig Party.
The Bull Moose.
And they were like,
Yeah, where
"Son,
does that come from?
We all the same color. You know, the Wig
Yeah.
Party.
Yeah.
We ain't no damn difference.
Right.
Yeah.
The Wig Party, the Mount Rushmore, fucking David Faustino, Scott Kahn,
Yeah.
Rob Van, what's his name?
Rob Van Winkle.
Rob Van Winkle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stinklewinkle. What was it?
Uh-huh.
Whatever his rap name was, I can't remember.
Yeah. Mike White Chocolate Williams,
Yeah.
former basketball player.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was just wondering what you guys thought about the new Andrew Yang political party Forward.
Well, I mean, it seems kind of silly, right?
What do you think?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what they do. I mean,
It's like a not
Andrew Yang
against the
pisses
people.
everyone off because he doesn't have a discernible politics.
Well, he believes
Yeah.
in math.
He takes everything on a case by case basis. So he's
Yeah.
like, yeah, UBI is good, but that doesn't give you any indication of how he feels about lynching.
Yeah.
Right.
So with leftists will default to thinking Andrew Yang is bad, which I'm sure he is probably.
Uh-huh.
I'm doing it right now, but it's like there's nothing consistent.
But it doesn't seem like but he's not offering anything really.
Yeah, he isn't.
Anything
He's just-
coherent.
yeah. Well, he's a guy. He's like, we just need to be pragmatic to solve all of these problems.
Yeah, we have to do math.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but not even math. It's just But if things were that easily fixed, you know what I mean, then somebody would have done it by
So
now.
we would, yeah.
This fucking dickhead.
Yeah, he thinks he can fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah. when he couldn't even be mayor of the city.
Yeah.
What else is he gonna
yeah.
lose? You know?
Right. I'm a little too sleepy to talk politics. I would usually have a good take, but
Okay.
right now I'm a little too. I can't get my brain juices fired up.
Mhm.
Otherwise, I would nail exactly what's wrong and good about Andrew Yang.
Yeah.
But I'm honestly just too pissed about Trump having those classified documents.
Yeah.
Did you see
It
this?
is really
It's going to come
infuriating.
out that he sold all of our nuclear codes to Saudi Arabia to
Yeah.
help
We
steal.
could all be dead.
So yeah, he gave all of our nuclear weapons to Saudi Arabia to use
They
against
have them?
George Floyd.
Really?
Yeah, he gave all of them that. It's not. It hasn't come out yet, but that's going to come out, and he's going to get arrested.
If you read the Comey
and he's-
report, it was in there.
yeah, he's going to go to jail for 100 million years.
Yeah.
And everyone in his family's going to go to jail, and they're all going to go to jail. All of his lawyers are all going to go to jail, and Rudy Giuliani is going to go to jail, and they're all traitors. And Rudy Giuliani gave all of our nukes also to Saudi Arabia.
Did he?
Yeah, and Saudi Arabia, the bad part of Saudi Arabia, not the.
Not the nice part.
Yeah, this is all going to come out, dude.
Wow.
It's finally. This is it. This is the smoking gun.
Uh-huh.
In addition to all the other smoking guns.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot. There's been so many smoking guns now, but now this is the one.
This is the one.
This is the one that's
I think so too.
the
actually.
smoking is.
And I
still
can't
bad.
wait. I can't wait to be fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I've been waiting a
can't
long
wait.
time for
Yeah,
this.
it was funny. I saw somebody like, "How is this different than Hillary's email server?" And it's like,
because Hillary's not orange.
yeah, it's Hillary's.
No, well, she doesn't have codes on her email.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
didn't have.
She's
there
just talking about a wedding.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all that was in the email was like you know,
Chelsea's wedding.
Chelsea's wedding,
Right,
and like
yeah.
you know, it's really good to see you, and you know, like Black
Yeah.
Lives Matter, good stuff. Black
Yeah,
Lives
yeah,
Matter.
Black Lives Matter.
She was sending emails that just said Black Lives Matter
Yeah,
to
yeah.
every black person in America.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not fucking
and
stealing
imagine,
the
you know how
codes.
good that would feel. I can't. I mean, I'm not black. I'm not going to speak to their experience.
Right.
But I would imagine if I'm a black person living in a food desert,
Mm-hmm.
and my entire family's been gunned down by the police. They've all every day I lose another loved or loved or
Yeah.
loving person.
A
in my
lover.
life.
Yeah.
Every day I lose a lover to the police violence, and then I bing on the phone that the government gave me for free.
Yeah.
because that exists.
I don't
in my
know.
mind.
Yeah. Okay.
I get a ding on my Obama phone. And
Oh,
I,
yeah.
I look and it's an email from Hillary Clinton herself saying Black Lives Matter.
You get a chirp, chirp.
I would be so happy that I would vote for the Democratic Party for the rest of my life.
life. Yeah.
Forever. And if I ever don't, it's because I'm getting a little too uppity.
Yeah. You're acting a little bit too honky.
I'd be like, maybe, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're
Maybe.
fucking. You think Carlton Banks was like a psyop by the Democratic Party, by like liberal Hollywood? They're like, if you act like that, then you're a nerd. Like Carlton, I think, was a Republican in the show.
Yeah.
yeah. They
Yeah.
tried to make it seem like he wasn't real black.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You know
who wrote that show? Andy Borowitz.
Andy Borowitz, yeah.
Yeah. From the New Yorker.
Yeah.
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 Weren't they like we need a young hip like comedy writer for the show, and they hired like a 32-year-old Andy Borowitz.
And I think he created the show.
Oh, okay.
I think he did. Yeah.
He's like, guys, I got an idea.
He's like, what if a black guy from the ghetto moved in with
Philadelphia.
a rich white family and they had to fix him and his bad attitude? They're like, well, maybe
Andy,
he
that's
he has a
all
rich
offensive.
black family, and he's like, that doesn't make any sense.
How the hell is that possible?
What?
Where would we find the
They're ruining my show.
Yeah, I know.
How
They took
is-
the premise and completely bastardized
What
it.
are
It
you?
doesn't make-
You're making this into a fantasy show? I want this to be realistic.
Yeah, I imagine what is Pretty Woman, but with a black fellow. So he's a prostitute that gets rent. He's a rent
He's a rent boy. Yeah.
Rent
You know what's-
boy for a powerful banker.
Yeah.
You know what else is funny? That Tiger Schulman's karate.
Yeah.
That's not a very karate
Yeah,
name.
yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's very funny.
What would that sound like?
I passed
if,
by that the other day.
Yeah.
Tiger Schulman's martial arts.
All right, kids.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you how to defend yourself
Mm-hmm.
No.
with karate.
Stop it.
Well, I think that's a good place
All right,
as any
bye.
to get ready to send this off to Steven.
We got to send this to Steven.
Thanks, everybody. And let's get a tight shot on you, Adam, while you send everybody off and we roll the credits.
Guys, thank you so much for listening to the show.
Thank all of these people.
We're sorry that the studio is in flux right now. We're going to be hanging up a lighting grid, and we had a couple issues over the weekend. But what we have planned. You guys need to strap yourself in because we got some big plans coming up, and we're not even. That's not even a joke. That's a serious thing. And I think you guys. I thank you guys for being along for this journey because this is a journey that's changed my life, and it's changed Nick's life as well. And you guys are part of this journey, and you're here. You're the fourth chair here. You're the angel in the outfield of the show, and everyone whose name is on the screen right now is.
We want to thank all of our executive producers.
Yeah,
hopefully we're through that list already. Yeah. Now we're going to the regular producers. They get a font size smaller. If you want to be on this list, if you don't know where this is airing, this is on patreon.com/TAFS or patreon.com/The Adam Friedland Show. They were nice enough to hook us up with a couple extra URLs. If you go ahead and sign up, the $15 tier, you get your name in the credits. If you sign up at the $25 tier, bigger font,
nice,
and you get early access to the guest list, and it tells you who's coming on the show, and then you can pitch questions that we may or may not, probably not. We'll ask.
Probably might not, but we'll read them before the episode.
I tell you what, folks, a lot of you say you already make enough money. We do for us personally, but we're trying to bring people who we can trust, who get it, on staff, and they're going to need salaries and health insurance. So we're not gonna jay down any of our friends, So the show needs support. If you like the show, understand that mainly by subscribing, you're helping support. Turning this in, doing some
creating jobs.
Well, creating jobs, but then we can do whatever the fuck we want.
Yeah,
and we don't have to worry about Viacom.
We don't have to answer to corporate.
Yeah.
Because I fucking hate corporate.
Yeah, tell them punk rock Adam.
I fucking hate corporate.
Hardcore Adam.
They're just always sending their fucking lawyers in here trying to fucking take my words, man.
Yeah,
they're trying to fuck. Anyway, so next week this will be cleaned up.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, guys. Good night.
Bye.
See ya.